Okay, so in today's video, I'm gonna be giving you a few pros and a few cons of being a barber. Okay, so let me start off by talking about a few cons. So one of the cons is you're gonna be standing all day. So if you're someone that either has some kind of health issue or just doesn't see yourself standing all day, that's gonna be a problem because you're pretty much standing all day if you're busy. If you're not, then you're probably sitting down. But do keep in mind, you're probably gonna be standing all day. That I would say is a con for me. Another one is if you don't cut hair, then you're not making any money. So, that's just how it is. If you're not cutting, you're not making money unless if you're at like a franchise place where they're paying you hourly plus commission, which I've heard they might do that at some places like, I'm not 100% sure, but I've heard they do that at like Great Clips, or one time it was offered to me if I went to this barbershop, they would pay me 15 an hour for the first 3 months, and then I would go on commission. So, but for the most part, if you're not cutting, you're not making any money. And then the third con is criticism. There's going to be a lot of criticism. I mean, there's going to be the clients that are sitting in your chair that are going to be criticizing your work, other barbers, if you post online, people criticizing. So you're going to have to deal with criticism. So those are a few cons. Now let me get into some of the pros. So one of the pros that I like is that you're constantly learning customer service, and you're also learning sales. So in barbering, you're learning customer service and sales. And this is important because if you ever want to start your own business, even if it's not barbering, but if it's a barbershop, even better, but you're learning customer service and sales, which is going to help you open up your own business in the future. Another thing is that it's up to you how much money you want to make. So for example, I used to work at another job before I went into barbering, and sometimes I wish they gave me overtime. I'd be asking them, can I get overtime, please? Sometimes they would, sometimes they wouldn't. But in barbering, if you want to work later, if you want to come in earlier, if you want to work on the weekends, whatever, it's up to you how much you could make or how much you want to charge, So that's a big thing right there. And even if you want to charge more, if you want to charge more for after-hour haircuts, you could do the same thing. So it's up to you how much money you want to make and how many hours you want to work. And another pro would be making connections. So as a barber, obviously the person that's sitting in your chair trusts you, and you're obviously going to make a connection from talking, seeing each other, every 2 weeks, every month, whatever. You make a connection with that person. And this person might be able to help you in the future, and maybe someone that might get help if they're hiring, if they work somewhere, or if they do a service that you might need. So it's great to make connections with your clients. And then this last one, I would say, is in between. It could be considered a pro and it could be considered a con, and that is it's all on you. So what I mean by that is, example, pressure wise, if you're working at a job, the boss or the manager, they're going to put pressure on you, where in here, it's all up to you for the most part, especially if you're booth rent or anything, it's all going to be on you. If you do well, it's on you. If you do bad, it's on you. So that could either be a motivator and help motivate you that you're going to want to become better or whatever, or it can bring you down where you're like, or you start blaming other people, so that's what I'm saying. It could either be a pro or it could be a con. It could either motivate you or take away your drive and kind of put you down, if you're not doing so well, because at the end of the day, it's on you. And you could start to blame other people or say it's the other barber's fault, it's the owner's fault, it's the location's fault. And it might be that, but then it's up to you to pick to go to another shop or whatever, or change something. But at the end of the day, it's about you. So that's why that could either be a pro or a con. But these were a few pros and cons that I had thought about today, and I wanted to share with you all. And if you guys have any questions, put it in the comments, or if you have other pros and cons that you would like to share with other barbers, put it in the comments, and I'll catch you all on the next one.